Welcome to Edu Tv with 4.5 lakh plus viewers and over 1500 educational repositories across the world. The founder is Mr. Pranav Guhathakarada and co-founder is Ms. Tanya Sethi.
Greetings everyone and welcome to Edu Tv. My name is Sriram Gaithani from DPS Bangalore East and we're joined by Rajni Jolka ma'am on Edu Tv. Edu Tv is a progressive education channel covering the events, discussions and people in the world of academics. With over 1600 subscribers and almost 500,000 views, Edu TV is truly a pioneer in education news. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to introduce you to a dynamic leader in the field of education, Ms. Rajni Julka. She is an EdTech strategic leader with 18 years of total experience, including 13 years in leadership roles as principal. Ma'am's ability to establish strategic linkages with industry for industry academia collaboration and train students to develop core competencies for campus placements and internships is another of her many strengths. She offers a non-traditional and effective approach in helping people to redesign their thoughts, creating innovative minds and passionate leaders through her workshops, talks, and YouTube channel, Your Soul Soup. Ma'am is an excellent leader who is happy to empower life, and we are thrilled to have her with us today on the EduTV program. Let us begin the session on practical learning. Ma'am, could you please guide us through as to what exactly practical learning is and its importance?
Thank you so much, Sriram, for such a wonderful invite and taking the initiative at this young age, being the anchor of Edu TV channel. And it's privilege to be a part of the education system and give insights, empower, inspire, and transform the youth, which are the pillars of the country, and making a very different workforce altogether. It is very important that to understand that everyone, as when we are born, or the kind of neural development we do have a cognitive load, which helps us to have the increase the retention power. So the more we practice, the remembrance capacity increases. So it's always said that repeat to remember and remember to repeat. So what happens when you apply something in your day-to-day life, the kind of learning you must be have been doing a lot of projects in these schools. You are
Yes.
learning certain concepts. The retention capacity, even you watch the videos or the audios on the social media, it's hardly 2 to 3 minutes where you can retain it. So what happens when you do a project? For example, you design a project, you put all your applications on it, you put all your learning in it. Since you're doing it yourself, that's why DIY has become a very important aspect in the education system, especially in the school. So you do it yourself. When you're doing it yourself, you're leaving an impressions on your cognitive brain, on your brain, which helps you to remember how is the application. This is one side why application learning is very, very important, or application practice is very, very important. Now, I would like to focus on that. Now, why application is very important? Application-based learning is very important because we are trying to solve the problem statement of the society. Everything revolves around the problem solving skills. Society has various problems, from social sector to economical sector to health sector to the mental health sectors. A lot of areas are there. We are solving a problem. I remember your DPS South Bangalore, when I was heading EVOB automations as L&D head. We had a project on how to help and how to note whether someone is out on a cricket pitch without an umpire. Suppose an umpire goes on absent, right? So that's a problem statement, that if there is no umpire around, or there is no third umpire, who will decide whether the batsman is out or not? We did it through the with the sensors. I'm bringing these examples. It's good because you're from DPS Bangalore and the project was done. So without an umpire, third umpire, we have been solving the problem through I would say a sensor base, which is the IoTs, Internet of Things. So here what we are doing, we are applying Internet of Things in our day-to-day life problem, or solving one of the recreation or one of the activity based approach. So here it shows that how application has eased and helped us in to find out the right conclusions. So I think in that way, when application is something we create, we do, that's then the third point is it comes to innovation. We are innovating it. And today is the time is the world of innovation. Innovation has helped us a lot. We have gadgets, we have applications at home. We just download it on the phone. No one is at home, but we can vouch what is happening in the home. We are solving a home problem of the safety and the security issues. So what we are doing is we are applying it, watching it on our phone. So that's why application based learning helps a child to increase or enhance his skills, upskill himself to solve the problem of the society. So that's what the practical approach is more important, where you apply the basic concepts of the subject, which helps the
Definitely.
humans or the society to solve their problem.
Definitely, ma'am. And as many people say, practicality leads to innovation, and innovation is the critical, it is the pivotal part of evolution. So, ma'am, we would like to ask you, what are the challenges in implementing practical education in a country like India?
Now, I think you, as the young generation Z, knows what are the resources available, right? That resources available at our time was different. Resources available at your time is different, right? The avenues at our time was different. The avenues at your time is different. Before this show started, I had a discussion with you to understand, and it's a very wow factor to know that you are writing a book. You are a group of authors, young buddy authors. At our time, we never knew that, or we never had this thought of we can write a book, right? Because there was no buzz around the society. We knew that there are certain authors. We have read some novels, magazine, Champak, Balhan, some books of the, Sahityakar and all. We did that. But we never thought of that we can also become an author. Now we are becoming an author at this age. So you can understand the difference in the generation gap of the resources availability. Now this resources availability has become more prominent because of the social media. Social media has brought the information at your doorstep. That's what we call as Google Baba. Also, you can put any questions, you get the information or the availability of the resources. So if you talk about the resources availability, any sector you take it up. Now, I'll give you an example when it comes to the career guidance. We never knew that there are 258 careers. Even I don't think so today's generation knows from different fields. Very few know. Earlier it was 10, 12. Some people now know 50. Blog writing has become one of the career. Content writing has become one of the career. Digital marketing has become the career aspect of it. Finance management has become career of it. You don't know there is a career which is called museum therapist. Someone working as a therapist in a museum, and they are paid very well. So it's not only about the resources, it's also about the knowledge and awareness of those resources available. If you see today, people have started the business on their agriculture part, on especially on the horticulture. So they have become entrepreneurs by doing that. Resources are available. India is a rich heritage about the agriculture in and around. We know from our ancient times. But how many were adaptable to it? How many acquired that as a business is very, very important, because horticulture has become a very hot subject across the schools these days. Many of these schools have started establishing. If you see, the robotics has come in picture in the schools, teaching the basics of the robotics or the programming. Why? Because when we are stepping out in the society, when we are living in the day-to-day life, everything has started automated. Bangalore do have a dosa making machine which is automated, right? It was the first
Yes.
machine came a year back. So somewhere the society is upgrading themselves. So we need to know the resources availability. Google
Definitely.
has made a watches or specs to check on your stepometer, or a specs where you can check the photographs just by wearing a glass, and you click a button and you can capture what you're viewing it up. See the beauty of how the world has come closer to you. So the resources are more, avenues are more, opportunities are more. It's we need to explore, be aware about it, and also do not get too much scattered or distracted by so many resources. It's basically first understand, channelize your skill that I am good at these 10 things or I'm good at these 5 things. I need to focus on these 3 things, then pick up those 3 things and understand where are these resources, what is the value of these resources, how do I apply these resources, which is again the practical, and how do I grow up with these resources as my career choices also. So resources availabilities are such beautiful today. It's how we just leverage it in the right way.
Definitely, ma'am, definitely. So, ma'am, what would you say are the common myths and the challenges that come to implementing practical learning? Like, like some people might have a misconception about what it is. Some parents, especially, might be afraid that to step away from traditional education. So, what would you say would are the advantages of practical learning to help convince people to join in this venture?
You have raised the toughest question, and you have raised the I would say the easiest question. Easiest question in that for it is so easy for people to understand what's available and not available. Parents especially, it's very difficult to accept the changes. Now this change in the mindset is very, very important, because that's how you change the thought process and you shift the, or you bring the two generation closer. So the generation gaps are so of course, when education as an umbrella comes, that's the beauty of education, that it's not only about academics. Education when comes, it's not only about the students, it's about the orientation of the parents, it's about the orientation of the teachers, it's orientation about all the stakeholders who are equally responsible in making a society and gearing up the children up. Because children are just one, students are just learners. They've come to the education platform to learn, to acquire knowledge and then apply it. So I think parent orientation is very, very important, according to me, to make them understand what are the avenues available. What happens is parents' aspirations are very high. Parents must educate their children, since they have not seen those avenues, or they have not been aware about the job or the career options, or these can be there is always a fear factor. Breaking that fear factor among the parents with a strong reliability, knowing that these career avenues are available, is very, very important for the society to gear up and come up. Now, if you see, there is a drastic gap between the tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, and tier 4. Now, when you talk about the resources and application, tier 3 and tier 4 schools or the students will not have those resources as compared to the cities like Bangalore, Bombay, Delhi, and all the metropolitan cities or the tier 2 cities. So the understanding of the parent also varies. It's not only parents, it's the understanding or the thought process of the teacher also varies, that what is my availability, I will only share those, I will empower with those skills. So I think there has to be a regular orientation program for the parents every quarter, teachers maybe on a monthly basis, upskilling and upgrading about the new avenues and the new resources available in the market. Once that is done, then I think application is done. This is one side of. One very important aspect I have always been advocated about is that when a student is doing something, is applying that, let there be a healthy competition or a platform where the parent also take participate, teachers also participate, and they also have hands-on experience on the applications to understand how does it work. It can be any project, smallest one. It can be a painting, anything. Because these days, art therapy is another kind of new career. Art museum is another career. Art has got a lot of prospect. The beauty of art has totally changed. Now there are bikes, for examples. There are bikes, a company who produces a bike. Now the artists are called to paint those bikes, and the cost of the bike goes high. The product cost goes high. How many of us knows that this kind of artists are also available in the market? I was recently somewhere in Himachal and I saw some nice cups, saucers of steel and other, so there is an artist who paints that and sell on a higher cost, and he has made his own product in a very different the lifestyle product. It is called as lifestyle product. So such kind of activities show good and in and around schools and colleges, where parents should equally participate, because once they participate, the awareness is inbuilt in them, the likeness increases in them. Then they help the students or their children also to, okay, go in this field. Let's go in this field. So I think that way the resources availability, awareness, its application has to be done by all these stakeholders. It's not only on the burden of the students.
Definitely, ma'am. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we conclude this interview. It's been a wonderful experience. I would once again like to thank ma'am for her valuable inputs, and her insights were very key to this orientation. I would also like to thank Edu TV, true pioneer in the terms of education, TV and education news, keeping us updated with all the current affairs. And most importantly, I would like to thank you, my dear viewers, for watching us and your support. And to conclude this, Benjamin Franklin said, "Tell me and I forget, teach me and I remember, involve me and I will learn." Thank you everyone for watching and have a great day.
Thank you so much, Srirang, and thank you, Edu TV, for inviting me. Have a lovely day. God bless you.
Welcome to Edu TV with 4.5 lakh plus viewers and over 1,500 educational repositories across the world. The founder is Mr. Pranav Guha Thakurata and co-founder is Ms. Tanya Sethi.